Hey everyone, it's your divine friend Jackie G, and it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, so I thought for Thanksgiving I would do some single card readings from some of the new decks that I purchased yesterday. Didn't realize I was going to be getting them, but I got them. Don't you love it when that happens? Okay, just when the 5D is ready to give you something, when you're aligned with something, when the 5D is ready for you to have it, even if you in your physical life, you're just like, well, whatever, like, you're not really even dialed into it, and then you go to a store and then bam, it's like you're like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is here, and like I wasn't even obsessed about it. I love it when that happens. Okay. I got, so right now I'm pulling cards from the Kyle Gray deck called Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. So this is going to be the fourth video. The intention is that I'm just going to pull one card per video, and I'm going to just read from the booklet. So those of you that are oracle card deck collectors, or if you're into Kyle Gray's work, or if you're star seeds or whatever, you can just get a feel for the deck. I really highly recommend it, and clearly going through it card by card. So this is something I would normally do on Patreon, but because it's Thanksgiving, I wanted to just do this on Divine Friend. It is the kind of deck that you have to interact with. This is not one that you toss the booklet out and never look at it and just dive right into the cards. If, I mean, you could do that, but you wouldn't be, it would be, you'd be losing out on something, like the potential. You'd be losing out on, how do I want to put it? Doing the little activations per card, it's almost like it attunes you to the energies of the deck. It feels like an attunement process to me when I'm doing and he has them labeled as connect. I call them activation. I mean, it literally is called a Gateway of Light activation. But anyway, so the card I pulled was Akashic Stargate. I was really hoping that I feel like most of the cards I'm pulling out are already example cards on like different, like Amazon and stuff. Because I remember looking at these. But, we have to trust that what comes out is what's needed. But this is Akashic Stargate. It says aligned with purpose, crossroads, and no wrong path. And this is what it looks like. Beautiful, huh? Okay, wait. Let me open the book up and then I'll put the card back up. Okay. So the way that the booklet is done, because it's a good size booklet. He goes into, for like a paragraph or two, he'll go into like what so this is called Akashic Stargate. He'll probably go into like what that means, right? And then he'll probably go into like some of the symbolism on the card. Then the next part is connect.
I'm Morgan, I'm bringing you the Karuna
Hi, Morgan. Okay. Oh, I know. Sorry, that was a rose quartz. It was a rose quartz that fell off of the deck. All right, go ahead and pull.
I knew you were gonna make another video.
Okay. All right, you do that while I explain this. So, then there's the connect part, which is like 2 or 3 sentences, and that's like the activation. Like it puts you through. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, we'll put this at the end. Thank you. Love you.
Love you, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Okay. And then after the connect part, there's like the card message for like, if you pulled this card, this is like the message from the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the connect, and then I'm going to go into the message, and then I will read like the first part about what the card is. Okay. So just take a look at that. Let the good vibes come in, and it says, visualize yourself at a crossroads. Tune into the direction that feels most joyful, light, and loving. Imagine yourself walking that road. See all that it brings you. So the connect part is very brief, but if that's a good journaling prompt too. Like when I visualized that, I had a life coach pop to my mind, and then the road that she was standing on lit up, and so I walked down her road. So I could put that in my journal. Like she's a specific type of coach, like law of attraction and prosperity consciousness, and just really nice person. So I could journal about why would that path light up for me. So but I just, even visualizing yourself at the crossroads and then tuning into the road that has the most light and then walking on that, that's like speaking to your subconscious mind in symbols. And it's telling your subconscious mind, whatever crossroads I'm at right now, direct me to the one that holds the highest light, holds the highest love, and holds the highest joy. See? Because your subconscious mind, the language of your subconscious is symbols. So, okay. The message: whenever the Akashic Stargate is presented to you, it's because you are at a critical point on your journey. You have the opportunity to move in a particular direction, and you have to make a decision. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make the decision for you. But you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You're here to walk a path that you have chosen. Ooh, I like that. The next phase of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that whatever direction you take and whatever decision you make, you'll always be on the right path. No matter how you get there, you'll always end up in a similar space. Always know that purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's about living life and experiencing joy. That's true. That's beautiful. Okay, so a Stargate is a portal that can take us through space and time to a whole other universe. So like a quantum shift. It's based on the concept of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what is also known as a wormhole, where a speculative structure linking different points of space-time is created. In spirituality, a stargate is less about traveling on the physical level and more about making progress on the spiritual. A feature of many spiritual traditions is the idea that all of us have a stargate in our hearts that connects us with the central lattice of consciousness, otherwise known as the divine matrix. The Buddha acknowledged we were the universe, while Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you. The Akashic Stargate transports us to a space where we are given the opportunity to make a decision to accelerate the realization of our life purpose. Wow. So when you do that visualization of like, picture yourself at a crossroads and then picture one road lighting up the most and then going down that road, like you're choosing the path that has the highest good, the highest joy, the highest love, the highest light, right? Look and see what people pop up on that path. Look and see what things pop up on that path. That'll be an indication to you of like why that's going to hold the highest joy, right? And the card that Morgan pulled was teamwork. Work with others to make the situation come about. So that's interesting. Like, we've got this cat here talking to the unicorn, like, hey, I need some help. So let's see. Teamwork is about understanding you're not supposed to do things, you weren't meant to do things alone. It's also about learning how to be a team player. Too much focus on yourself. So when people understand how to work within a group, it's like you develop like a group mind, right? You understand, you start to learn what other people's strengths and weaknesses are, right? Like, you just, you, and you start to see how one person's weakness can, like another person might have a strength that can compensate for that weakness. And then you start to, you, you see how the different parts of everyone helps to move everything forward, right? When everybody's working together, everything is moving forward. You can move fast with a group, but sometimes it feels like it's faster to move, to just go solo. Because if you're in a dysfunctional group, then that's going to feel like it's just stuck, right? So I feel like with the Akashic Stargate and the teamwork card, if you are someone who has had to choose like the solo route because of the fact that you got stuck in some dysfunctional family or group, this might be saying like, okay, now's the time to go back and choose to be a part of a team again, choose to be a part of a group again, like choose to be a part of a community again, because you weren't ever meant to be doing it all on your own forever. Those who are in a group situation anyway, now the balance is you have to be able to balance the group with the individual. So it's like if the group is moving this way, but you ultimately know that you need to be going this way for your own good, for your own growth, then obviously this is all about choosing the path of most light. But I'm getting like two examples in my mind. Just for the ones who have had to just do everything all on their own because that's just how life rolled for them. Then the Akashic Stargate is saying that the path of joy for you might be to be a part of a group again, but not a toxic group, a healthy group. And so that's what your path of highest light has. But then if you have been a part of a group and that's all you kind of ever really known, then the Akashic Stargate is saying you just need to ask yourself, like, you get back into like, are my needs still in sync with what this group is doing? You know, because sometimes everything can be going along fine and then somebody has a blip of spiritual growth. Someone has a blip of emotional growth, right? Someone has a blip of mental clarity, right? And all of a sudden it's just changed, because as much as everything looks like it's the same, we're all changing on the inside. If somebody, say like even in a group, if someone decides that they're just going to become a nicer person, that just, even though that's a good thing to become a nicer person, a more considerate person, that's still going to change the dynamic of the group, because there's going to be people, as more people pick up their own slack, then it frees up everyone else around them to be able to focus on themselves too. So how do I want to say this? There's a Calvin and Hobbes comic. It's this little boy named Calvin, and he has a stuffed tiger named Hobbes. But in the comic strip, Hobbes comes to life, and it's like his imaginary friend. He does everything with Hobbes. And there's this one panel where they say to each other, I promise to take care of me for you, and you promise to take care of you for me. That was the friendship vow they made to each other. I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me. And I thought that was so beautiful because it was like, I won't make my happiness your responsibility. I won't make what I should be doing your responsibility. I won't make you be a babysitter for me. I'm not going to make you be my metaphoric mom or dad. I'm not going to make you metaphorically become my sibling. I'm going to let you be you, and I'm going to be me, and I'm going to do what's best for me, and you do what's best for you. And when we're doing what's best for ourselves, we can be the best people that we can be. And that was the vow. I'll be the best person I can be for you, and you be the best person you can be for me. Understanding that you might need room to be the best you that you can be. And it's like, that to me is what some of us in groups, we might just be prepared that when you are leveling up, and clearly if you're watching this video and if you're watching Kyle Gray's the videos like for his stuff, you're leveling yourself up, and the more you level yourself up, the people around you, they either have to rise up with you or they gotta fade away. Like, because you're bringing your energy up, they gotta either come up and stay up with you or not. Right? So that might, okay, that's what I'm getting to, teamwork. You might find that it's been hard for you to keep people in your life because it's like as soon as you experience like a bit of spiritual growth or mental growth or emotional growth, it's like all of a sudden the purpose has been served and then the connection gets lost. And so you might feel like as much as you want to be a part of a family, as much as you want to be a part of a group, it always falls apart and you end up alone anyway. What this card is saying is, no, I think that what you want to do is you want to have the freedom to do what's best for you. And in return, you will give the people around you the freedom to do what's best for them. This is not about creating a group with codependency. It's about creating a group of interdependence. And that might be the higher path that you're going to be traveling down with regards to like whatever group that you're in. Does that make sense? Like I've had friends, I've had a friend once when I was in high school. He was a guy, and we were very like, oh my gosh, we were such close friends. We did everything together. We were like platonic soulmates. And then one day he told me that he noticed that he wasn't able to have a relationship because whenever he would meet a girl, she would feel threatened by how he and I did everything together. And I was always just like, whatever, like, fine, go be in your relationship. I think in my mind, I was always like, well, I'll be here forever. So these, whatever, go be with this person. I'll be here. But they always felt threatened by the relationship. And eventually it got to the point, he was like, you're interfering with my love life. Like our friendship is interfering with my love life. And I was just like, how is this my fault? And so basically we just basically stopped being friends. So that he could have a girlfriend or whatever. And that was it. We just stopped being friends. And I was like, I can't be mad at him for that, but that was one of those things where it's like it seemed pretty perfect, but somehow this perfect friendship was getting in the way of his romance, right? So I just feel like, I guess I'm bringing that up because it's like, I feel like this Akashic Stargate card with the teamwork, it's like you're trying to be a part of a team. You're trying to be a part of a group. And it just seems like, you, you can't hold yourself back from your spiritual growth. You can't hold yourself back from your higher purpose. And you're not going to hold yourself back from your highest good. And just like my friend didn't want to hold himself back from having a romantic, good for him. He wanted to fall in love with someone and he wanted someone to fall in love with him and he wanted to experience being in love and just all of what that was, right? So just basically he wanted to have our friendship, but, with a sexual aspect to it is what I think. Which is fine, I guess, and for him that was an upgrade. So good for him, right? Like the problem was when they eventually broke up, he tried to come back and be, hey, and I was just like, nope, I've changed, so we ended up not ever being friends after that. So I want to say, I keep getting like this Akashic Stargate. I feel like the problem is you're just always growing, you're always moving forward. This is very much a let me move forward in my life. I don't want to be stuck. But how do I move forward if like with people around me? So, let's clarify this a little bit. I'm like, what is this trying to tell us? I know that we are not trying, because this is for me too, we're not trying to create situations where we're codependent, right? And we're not trying to make people think that they need us when they don't. We are not trying to brainwash ourselves and tell ourselves that we need people that we don't need. Like, need isn't a part of it. It's, again, I choose you, you choose me. That's how it should be, right? Like, it's not about need. It's like, I don't need you, but I choose to be around you and I choose to have you in my life. And you choose to have me in your life, and we choose each other. It's about choosing. It's not about I need this. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So surrender the belief in scarcity. So maybe there's a way deep down in the subconscious, there might be a belief, and I actually feel like it stems from maybe a past life, to be honest. This has to be rooted in more than just this lifetime. There's a belief around relationships that somehow being a spiritual person, being a light worker, it makes you not compatible with the people around you. And so that's a script that we need to shift, right? Like, and look at this is a cat and it's talking to a unicorn. This is all about, like, we don't have to be the same. We don't have to do things the same. We don't even have to think the same. At the core, as long as we're choosing each other, that's what matters, right? Like, and why do you choose me? I choose you because, why do I choose you, unicorn? I choose you because I'm a better person when you're around. You help me to feel safe to be me. Cats are pretty independent. It's like, I don't actually even like to be around people, but I choose to be around you. And the unicorn could be like, or the cat could be like, why do you choose me, unicorn? And the unicorn could be like, oh, I the things that you experience, the situations that you get in, the people that you meet, I love hearing about that because you live a life that I just couldn't live even if I tried. Like, I just think it's so cool that you do the things you do and you know the things that you know. And I think it's cool that we can talk to each other and all the differences don't get in the way. It only makes us stronger that we're different. So I do feel that there is an open-mindedness here of, like, there's a celebration of diversity, right? This even could be like, again, like with my example, my best friend was a guy, right? So guy, I'm a girl, or back to, like female, male type of a thing, but we clicked. Sometimes you click with people that are so different from you, like culturally or just socioeconomic background wise, like you just, and you, it's like an odd couple type of thing. Why does it click? But it just does. Why? Because the soul recognizes the soul, and at the end of the day, you know, you're choosing each other. So this surrender your belief in scarcity could mean, I feel it means that in the subconscious mind somewhere there's a fear that there's not many people out there that could understand you. You know, I think it goes back to that mass consciousness belief of like, we only get one soulmate, we only get one shot type of a thing. I've heard Abraham, no, I think it's Abraham Hicks, but also Oren, Sanaya Roman channels Oren. They both have said in their material that at any given moment you are surrounded by, or circling around your vicinity, is 200 to 300 people from your soul tribe. The only reason why you're not lighting up to them is because it's like you're around each other, but becoming a match to them is still, you're not quite, like you're matched enough that maybe you're in the same city. You're matched enough that you go to the same like market to buy your stuff, and you go to the same gas station to fill up your car. You go to the same park to like walk. You're not in, and you're not matched enough where you're actually like standing next to each other, talking to each other. And I did a video not too long ago, and it brought up at the core, it was clear, if we want to clear self-hatred, that's the core, like just being direct. Clear self-hatred, and then ask your divine self to clear the self-hatred, or ask the part of you that is holding self-hatred and self-loathing and self-judgment, shame and guilt, that part of you, ask that part of you to like go into the violet flame and be transmuted, or go ask that part of you to go into source and be transmuted in the light of source, or go into the divine self light and be transmuted into the consciousness and energy of your divine self, right? As that part of you is transmuted, it brings you into alignment with those 200 and 300 people from your soul tribe that are physically around you. That's not even talking about the ones that you are matched with on the internet. I've been clearing the self-hatred ever since I did that video. And yesterday, this guy like complimented me. It was like, what? So I got validation, like, okay, I guess my low self-esteem or self-loathing kind of went deeper than I realized. And so I'm looking forward now to seeing what other people become more energetically attracted to me as I clear out my own self-hatred, right? Self-judgment. So surrender your belief that there's not enough people on the planet that will get you and match with you and vibe with you and click with you. That is a false premise. Stop thinking that. And if you are like an entrepreneur, stop thinking that there's not enough people on the planet who will want what your product is or what your service is. That's a false premise too. There's plenty of people on the planet that want what you've got to offer, okay? It's just about clearing, because remember, we got to clear it from the inside. It's about clearing the self-hatred and the self-judgment, the self-criticism, and all of those other things that cause us to just basically hate ourselves, right? Clear that out, and then you'll find yourself quantum shifting to a timeline where instead of you manifesting struggle and isolation, you'll be manifesting teamwork, friendship, connection, self-esteem, purpose, good conversations. And then the old becomes new again. Do you know what I mean? So, all right, I'm going to end it with that. I hope that you enjoyed this. I like that. That was a good card. All right. I'll talk to you later. I love you. Bye.